Alright, welcome back to podcast style listening with SouFlo on SouFLoTV. That means you're not gonna see a whole heap of video footage or pictures and these things. You might see one picture, but then you will hear a conversation where you have to listen to and vibes with the thing, right? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on SouFLoTV. Alright, so today's story, my friend. 15-year-old is in custody for killing his brother in a fight. Where them did I fight for? The people them said they were fighting over a bucket. A bucket, you know? Bucket. Bucket where you use car water. Bucket. Jano. Before we get into the story though, let me say this. This is nothing new. This has been going on for a long time. May hear a lot of. Alright, my SouFLoTV audience, let's take a break from our scheduled program and let's get right into this. You know, I've been wondering for the longest, why has Jamaica not gone totally solar yet? After all, Jamaica has powerful sunshine all year round. And people are in darkness in certain areas, especially in rural areas. And they've been that way for decades, waiting on government to install streetlights. Well, Soninka solar lights. These are commercial grade lights, perfect for rural areas, perfect for dark corners and lanes, perfect for the backyard, the front yard, down the road, driveway lighting, stores, perfect for the farm, waterproof and remote control. Make your surroundings safer. Jamaica has sun all year round, and you will have no problem keeping these lights charged. Did I mention that they are commercial grade and they are remote controlled? You don't have to wait on government to install lights. Some people in some areas have been waiting for decades, literally decades, and they are still in the darkness. These are easy to install. Get in touch with Soninka and they will do the rest for you. And the best part is this. You don't have to pay a monthly light bill. No, this not gonna bother you like a JPS bill because it's charged by the sun. So take yourself out of the darkness now. Increase your safety now. Get in touch with Soninka Solar and thank me later. Come on, man. Watch there. All the contact information is right there for you. IG, email, phone number, which you can call by WhatsApp, which is free globally. Go on. Get yourself out of the darkness and into the light. Back to our regular scheduled program at hand. People saying stuff like, boy, them nowadays youth, them not have no chill, you know. Them not bill, you know. Everything of violence, you know. I want to tell you something. Somebody taught these young youths how to be like that. That's why some of us are fortunate to have been surrounded by aunties and uncles and mother and father and grandparents who used to put some sense in us, you know, and who used to beat some sense in us sometime when it was needed. So we never turn out a certain kind of way. And we actually grew up learning problem solving skills and learning how to disagree and walk away and live to fight another day. Yeah, we used to like fling stone and then thump and them kick and karachi, wacha and them kind of something there. But we weren't going to stab up and shoot up each other. However, I did grow up seeing it in Jamaica though. I remember a brother chop up his brother with a machete, multiple chops over dumpling because dinner cook, dumpling share, two dumpling did left in the pot, or was it one dumpling? No, this a lie. That's not how the story went. How the story went was like this. Dinner cook and share and everybody done eat already. So the brother who wasn't at home, feed dinner, cook, share, put on, waiting for him to come and eat his dinner. Well, him brother go out and him brother come back in before him. And his brother did hungry. And his brother saw his dinner and him eat him brother dinner too. So when his brother came home now, his brother was angry that his other brother eat him dinner. The two of them start to argue and a machete was introduced and one was chopped to death. for eating the dumpling them. So the headline said, brother chops a brother to death over dumpling, but that is how it went. So we've been seeing these. This is not new. Anyway, in this particular story today, yesterday afternoon, according to the Jamaica Gleaner, Tanisha Martin threw herself into the chores in her yard as she sought to block her mind from the tragic loss of her 19-year-old son, Norlando MacDonald, who died from a stab wound that was inflicted allegedly by his own sibling on Saturday night. Stab up him brother, you know. This is his blood brother. And a two youth will say, yeah man, I'm a brother from another mother, you know, and my best friend, but me call him my brother. He's a brother, stab up a brother, blood brother. Now the brothers had a dispute, according to this. The brothers had a dispute inside of their house at Washington Mews, an informal settlement that's tucked away behind Westmead Willows in Portmore, St. Catherine. Now when it is reported that the younger of the two, who is 15 years old, stabbed and killed the older one, who is 19 years old, sometime around 9 p.m. in the evening there. For their mother, the incident was reminiscent of the Bible story of Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel is the first two brothers we know of in history that one brother killed the other brother, because we were taught that through the Bible. On Sunday afternoon, mere hours after the stabbing, she did not want to talk and she did not want to even cry. She just wanted to undo the past over which she had no control, and she just wanted to have her two sons back with her again. You know, when things go so bad, where you're like, God, if me could have just rewind today and go back to yesterday when it was better and just freeze time, that's all, and stop all that. But it's too late and the loss is tragic and there's nothing you can do to fix this situation. I wonder if enough of the youth them realize though, say, or not just the youth them, our people. I wonder if we realize how precious a life is, and that taking a life, you can never replace that particular life that you took. If you as a man, you can go breed a woman and get a new baby. It won't be John that you killed that came back. In other words, we can't undo dead. So there is no recourse after whatever the disagreement was about, whether it was about dumpling or your gal or money, whatever the disagreement was about, it can never be fixed after that. So somebody died without fixing the problem, and another person is going to prison without fixing the liquor problem that Uno had, right? That's why we used to say back in the day, fight, but then run away and then live to fight another day, and these kind of things. Or sometimes it says, leave people alone and make time sort it out, because time is the master of all things. You've seen people who were big enemies back in the day, today, good friend them. And they can tell you their story of their journey of being enemies to friends. But they lived to be able to do it. You see it? If once somebody dead, we can't fix nothing. So for Dwayne Martin, who is the grieving stepfather of the two youths them, he had no words to express how he was feeling either. The mother not talk, him not talk, stepfather not talking either. Mommy is trying to find things around the yard to occupy our mind, keep her busy, so she lose herself in realizing the reality that one of her sons just killed the other one. The stepfather, he didn't want to do any interview. The Gleaner was there and he told the Gleaner to go speak to the mother, because he might find something to keep himself busy too, to keep his mind occupied. You ever get hurt so bad that you couldn't even cry? Is one of them kind of situation that this. The neighbors were also tight-lipped. Nobody is speaking. Superintendent of Police Christopher Phillips of the St. Catherine South Division, which includes Portmore where the incident took place, he said that the youths them were arguing over a bucket. The argument became physical, and MacDonald was fatally stabbed in his left and in his right side by his brother. He died at the Spanish Town Hospital while undergoing treatment, and the family, they are not taking it too well. We're talking about two brothers here, One now deceased and the other one is in police custody. The community. I rather that most of these persons there, I have gathered, is a pretty close-knit one, and most of the persons here are related. So the community is really in shock and they're going through that grieving process right now. This is what he said. Now, after his second visit with the parents on Sunday, he said that we're looking to provide them with some support during this difficult time because it's very unfortunate. It's a very unfortunate situation. Phillips also said that the underage that is accused, he actually previously showed signs of abnormal behavior and he might have actually even been on medication. Now, I don't know if the medication is for some mind control, something, if it stabilize him head or because he has behavioral issues or what, or if the medication was for something else that might have clouded his judgment and caused him to act in an irrational manner by stabbing his brother multiple times, right? In an argument over something as simple as a bucket. Now, a lot of people will say this, including me. There's more to that than the bucket. Yeah. Because a brother is not just going to kill a brother over a bucket. There is more to it. Sometimes, you have a bigger sibling, 19, 15. You have a 15-year-old who's trying to prove his manhood because he might push up on 18, 9, And then you have a 19-year-old who said, me a man, even though he's a young man, but he's older than the 15. So one is trying to exercise dominance over the other one. And this is typical in our culture, right? Big brother, come go up and take you off of the road. Go up at the house now. Especially when it's a big brother and him little sister. Catch your little sister out the road. Yo, come go up at the house now. Because you don't want her out here with no boy or them something there. Same thing with your little brother. You don't want him out here mixing up in bad company. Even if you in a bad company. So you send him up a yard. But him a rebel. You can't rule me. You're not my mother or my father. That argument must have been about something other than a bucket. End of the day, conflict resolution, my friend. We're going to have to start, and we're going to have to start at like preschool, kindergarten age level, basic school age level. Start teaching these children that to disagree. Because we can't teach big people nothing again. Who believe what them believe what them believe. You know that saying that it's easier to bend the tree when the tree is a little plant or when it's a young tree. But when you make that big old mango tree that grow up, that tree that can't bend again, it's going to be a problem bending it. In other words, then, it's best to instill certain things into the mind when humans are young, very young. Because if they learn this, then usually they don't stray away from it throughout life. And it can be life-saving as well, right? Right. Examaica said, it is natural when we hear these stories to feel sympathetic and to assume that what we have in Jamaica is mostly loving and stable families. Not true. Many of our homes and families are dysfunctional. Values and decorum are mostly absent. Toughness and badmanism are default. Our culture is what it is. There are not many Cosbys in Jamaica. The Cosby show go already. Daddy was a doctor, mommy was a lawyer. The children all went to college, university, high school, this, that, and the other. They lived in a nice home and the house was well organized, Daddy laid the rules down, mommy enforced them. Daddy put on the lick, mommy was the soft shoulder to cry on. Balance, that kind of stuff. So he's saying that in Jamaica, most of our homes are not like that. We are shocked when these things happen, but we ought not to be. Only that we have buried our heads into the sand. Growing up, I had many scrimmages with my brothers. My brother of 2 years apart, yet even a punch would be restrained. It was almost impossible to throw an even very hard punch, and 2 minutes after that, we're good again. That could make me introduce a knife. What could make me introduce a knife into an argument with my brother? Nor anybody for that matter. Cannot be found. None. In other words, the same thing I said before. We used to fight, fling stuff after each other. We go a separate way. Later on, we're friends again. right? And we learn to respect each other's strength. But boy, I'm not lie. The people them today look like everything must end in bloodshed. You know? We have to start teach them young that to disagree with somebody does not mean you have to be enemies with that person there. You wanna hear them say it all the time. Yo, me not like that girl there, no, she for dead. Or me not like that boy there, no, him for dead. Him for dead for what? Because you don't like him, and half of the time when you ask them, you don't like him because of what? What him do you? Nothing. Me no know, me just not like him. Me not like him because him chat too much. Or me not like her because me no know, me just not like how she steal. Like, there isn't even any reason behind why not liking a person. So we introduce violence very easily towards each other. But the funny thing is, when we're dealing with foreigners or people of other persuasions, races and ethnicities, we tend to be very well-mannered and very calm and very collected, you know what I'm saying? And very respectful. And even very loving for no reason at all. Yeah. But when it's time to deal with our own, we're very short-tempered. And we get angry quick. We're ready for kill in a drop of a dime, in the blink of an eye, over some small stuff. Simple disputes, according to Muchaloy says simple disputes that were once resolved amicably are now being settled with weapons. Two siblings argue over a piece of utensil. Is normal that. But should have never led to weapons drawn and eventually homicide. But this is where we are today. A life can be lost over very trivial matters. I put the blame squarely on the society that this youth grew up in. And he's referring to the 15-year-old that stabbed his brother multiple times. Now, some people have said we weren't there. We don't know what his brother did to him. Plus him brother did rush him with a knife before and him did have to run. Plus him brother thump him in his face and kick him down. And he realized him can't overpower him brother physically, so him run go get a weapon. And you know how big a siblings stay when them beat you up. Them not just beat you up, them beat you up and show off about it. Sometimes them beat you up in front of people and the shame is more hurtful than the actual blows that you received. So, you know, we have a saying in Jamaica, shame broke neck. Yes, shame broke neck. A man will stab you up, you know, if you shame him out a road, you know. And then in the same incident, if it happened privately between just you and him not stab you up. Him would have just take it as, yo dog, you make me feel bad. But that's it. But there was no one around to witness it and laugh at him. So he didn't feel like his ego was bruised. So he never feel no shame. Right? It's sad that we kill for almost nothing at all. The saint said, I am almost certain that bad parenting contribute to this. And I bet they have seen this behavior from one or from both parents. This is where we are heading if adults do not discipline the children. And you know what? People are going to say again, you're not in the people them house, so you don't know. Because it's a good picnic turn bad already too. Both parents in the house, the parents them teach them good things, take care of them don't want for nothing, and a bad company make them take on this kind of behavior, and before you know it, they become news story headline. Don't have nothing to do with the parents, don't blame the parents. Well, that is true in just a few cases. Not a lot of cases, just a few cases. In most cases where you see juveniles acting a certain way, destructive, aggressive, violent, it's learned behavior. Yeah, man, a learned behavior, man. Whether them learn it out a door and then carry it going at the house, learn behavior from company, learn behavior from adults who are around them constantly, and sometimes it's even the parents. Yeah, you know, so when you beat your children, you know what you're teaching your children to do, and you know, so in our culture, beating is common for children. Child picnic, forget boss ass. Yes, spare the rod and spoil the child. We don't know that talk there. But here what? When you beat the children, all you're teaching the children is if somebody don't do what you want them to do, inflict violence upon them to get them to do it. Don't make that go over your head, you know. When you beat a child, this is what you're teaching the child, especially if it's for something you told them to do and they didn't do it, or they didn't do it properly, or they didn't do it on time, in the time you expected it to be done. You're not disciplined. You're actually teaching them conflict resolution. So you're teaching them to resort to violence when things don't go them way. When them say, I want this, and they don't get it, beat up somebody. Get violent with somebody. Well, if them get back violent with you now, do what you have to do. Kill them. Remember how them used to tell us that we kill we with lick? And then beat us until we used to sure that them would have killed we with lick? Yeah, man. Some of them kind of beating, they helped some of us because some of us were very unruly as children. And then if we never feel beating them, we probably would have ended up out here in society like some of our brothers and sisters who are in deep trouble today. However, I don't recommend the beating thing. I don't recommend the violence being introduced to children as parents because it does not teach them. It might get them to do what you wanted them to do, but it won't teach them how to resolve conflicts peacefully. It will imprint in their mind that violence is the way. Remember, when lick burn your skin, and a message go with it, you don't forget that message, because the lick did burn your skin. See? It's like telling a child, don't put that there, don't put that there, don't put that there, don't put that there. You tell them 100 times, them still forget and still put it there. So one time you draw them up now and give them a rotted box. Bye! You hear me, son? Put that there, so them never put it there again. Yes, you got them to not put it there anymore, and you're satisfied with that. But you just imprinted in that child's soul that violence is the way. No long talking. Don't use patience. Go straight to violence. You get things done faster. Bad message we're sending. Now this 15-year-old is going to be in police custody while his 19-year-old brother is dead. His brother is going to be buried. Funeral I go keep. People I go ball. Mommy I go have nothing but regrets. She go feel at one point say her womb must have did curse at some point, cause watch her we come replicate Cain and Abel through my womb in my family. One brother killed the next brother. Family members and friends are going to grieve. And then time will pass and people will move on with life. And the grief will not feel so strong anymore for family and friends. Mommy will always be grieving. I don't know. Me hear people say, oh, them have stepfather. So which part them real father there? Me don't want to get into the dynamics of all that either. I don't want to add insult to injury. Right? And I don't know if it's dead, the man dead. And the woman had to go find a stepfather. A next man who became stepfather. And love her enough to take care of she and her children them. That is beside the point. The point is we can disagree with each other and still have mutual respect for each other. If we disagree to the point where we feel like we need to get violent with each other, then hate has introduced itself to us. We accept the hate, or we just go our separate ways and let time work it out. Conflict resolution is needed at a basic age level, basic school age level, coming right up. I hope somebody works that into the curriculum of our schools, because I'm sure that by doing that, we will definitely see a better future, because we will see children grow into adults that were taught from a young age how to govern certain things with manners and respect and mutual respect and a reverence and a love for life and the preservation of life. See? All right. We're going to left that one here right here, so. Do you like listening to SouFLoTV podcast style? Just hit that thumbs up button, please. I appreciate it. And I'll have some more videos and short discussions coming your way shortly. Big up on yourself. Manners and respect. I'm out. Peace. I've been wondering for the longest, why has Jamaica not gone totally solar yet? After all, Jamaica has powerful sunshine all year round. And people are in darkness in certain areas, especially in rural areas. And they've been that way for decades, waiting on government to install street lights. Well, Soninka solar lights. These are commercial grade lights, perfect for rural areas, perfect for dark corners and lanes, perfect for the backyard, the front yard, down the road, driveway lighting, stores, perfect for the farm, waterproof and remote control. Make your surroundings safer. Jamaica has sun all year round, and you will have no problem keeping these lights charged. Did I mention that they are commercial grade and they are remote controlled? You don't have to wait on government to install lights. Some people in some areas have been waiting for decades, literally decades, and they are still in the darkness. These are easy to install. Get in touch with Sanenka and they will do the rest for you. And the best part is this: you don't have to pay a monthly light bill. No, this not gonna bother you like a JPS bill because it's charged by the sun. So take yourself out of the darkness now. Increase your safety now. Get in touch with Saninka Solar and thank me later. Come on, man. Watch there. All the contact information is right there for you. IG, email, phone number, which you can call by WhatsApp, which is free globally. Go on. Get yourself out of the darkness and into the light.